Okay, so let's do a quick review of what we've learned in the last couple days, okay? And this kind of goes back to last week, okay, as we go through integer operations. Okay, when we have two numbers that we are adding together that are integers, okay? For example, -5 plus, let's say 7, okay? How do we look at these numbers? What do we look at them like? First of all, this is addition, right? Yep. And addition is easy. How do we look at addition? What do we look at it like?
Money.
Like money, right? So if we say we owe 5 and we have 7. So if we owe 5 and we have 7, do we have money left?
Yeah.
And how much would we have left? 2. And then when we have subtraction, if we had something like this, okay, is this normal subtraction?
No.
So what's my rule for not normal subtraction? Anybody remember? Copy at opposite. So this stays the same. This becomes addition. And what's the opposite of -7? +7. And this is the same problem we would also have too, right? All we did was change subtraction into addition, and we made it easier. Okay, the next thing we did multiplication. Okay, and who remembers the rule for multiplication? If they are different signs, what does that make my answer? Negative. So this would be, are these different signs? I have a negative and a positive here. Those are different, right? So this would be a negative, and then what is 5 times 7? 35, right? What if I had two negatives? When I have the same signs, and it doesn't matter whether they're both positive or they're both negative, if they are the same signs, what does that make it? Positive. So this would be positive 35. And the same rules go for division, right? Okay, question.
Is there another rule where it's like, if you have an even number of negative signs, it's positive, and if you have an
If you're multiplying or dividing, yeah, pretty much. Okay. The same rule doesn't go for adding and subtracting, because when you're adding and subtracting negatives, the value of the number matters. Okay. All right. So we remember all that, right? Okay. You have done this part before. What does this mean? What does that mean? Order of operations. What does that mean? Anybody? It is PEMDAS, and that's the order that we solve or evaluate or simplify an expression. Okay? So what does P mean? P stands for what? Parentheses. You know, I'm just going to make the sign. Okay, parentheses. What does E stand for?
Exponents.
Exponents. So like this. Okay, now why do I put M and D on the same level? Doesn't M come before D? No, why, Zoe?
You have to go from left to right.
Yeah, whatever I see first. This is multiplication or division, and it's whatever I see first from left to right. Good. And then the last two, I'm going to put addition and subtraction on the same level. Why? Is it the same rule?
Yeah.
Whatever I see first from left to right. So technically, could division come before multiplication?
Yes.
Yeah, if I see it first from left to right. Agreed? Okay. So this is add and subtract from left to right. Okay. Everybody with me so far? You remember doing that before, right? Okay, now, when we do order of operations, okay, eventually these are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're going to work down to a single solution, okay? All of these are integers, meaning we're going to get down to a single number, okay? Can I erase this? Does everybody have that? Sure. Okay, to solve, when we do order of operations, okay, we're going to use what we call the funnel method. Okay, what's a funnel? Anybody know what a funnel is? What's a funnel, Reed? Okay, it is a tube. Anybody ever seen a funnel used? Okay, often like when I change the oil in my truck, I use a funnel. Okay, why do I do that? It makes it easier for the oil to go where? Inside the compartment that holds the oil, right? And it takes a big opening and it does what? Goes down to a small opening, right? Okay, so you guys have seen funnels before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, basically, can I erase this now? Okay, what we do when we use a funnel method is we're going to go like this. We're going to make our answers we're going to find the evaluated solution to that, whatever that expression, and we're going to work it down into a funnel. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's say I've got an expression like this, okay, and we're going to use the funnel method, and I want you to show it every time you use the funnel method, okay? Make sense? Yes, Mr. Kersey. Okay, good. So I have this. All right. This is my expression, okay? And what I'm trying to do is get this down to a single level. I know some of these you can do in your head. I don't care. You're going to have to show me your steps, okay? Now, what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to draw my funnel, okay? Draw that. Now, I only want you to do one operation per step, per level. One, okay? So if I look at what I have on that expression, the first thing I look for are parentheses. Do I have any parentheses there?
Yes.
I do. So I'm going to simplify those parentheses first. Can I simplify negative 6 times 2? What is negative 6 times 2? Negative 12. And how many operations did I want you to do per level? 1. Okay, so this is negative 12, and then I'm going to bring down everything else. So what's left up here? Okay, now the only operation left is division. What's negative? First of all, a negative divided by a positive, those are different signs, right?
Yeah.
So what's a negative 12 divided by 3? Negative 4. And when I get to the bottom of my funnel, I'm going to put that answer in a box, just like that. How many of you have done the funnel method before? Yeah, it makes the things easy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, let's try another one. Can I erase this? Does everybody have that written down? Okay. Now, we're going to throw some negatives in there, okay? This one's easy, though. Let's say I've got 1 plus negative 1 minus 1. Okay. Now, remember, when we did addition and subtraction, how many things did I want you to do at a time? 2 at a time, okay? In other words, 2 numbers at a time. So if I look at this from left to right, do I see any parentheses? I don't, so I'm going to go to the next level. Do I see any exponents? Do I see any multiplication or division? No. So all that's left is what? Addition and subtraction. So I'm going to go, again, the first thing I'm going to do, draw my funnel, okay? I'm going to go from left to right because all that's left is addition and subtraction. So let's start with these first two. If I have 1 plus negative 1, that means I have $1 and I owe $1. What's left? 0. And then I'm going to bring down this other part. Okay? Well, I have $0 and I owe 1. What is that? Negative 1. So my final solution here would be negative 1. Okay? You see how I got that? Okay. Can I erase this? Okay, let's add another number to this. Let's say I've got this problem. Negative 6 divided by negative 1 minus 5 times negative 4. Okay. What's the first thing I should do here? Anybody? Brooklyn? Draw my funnel. Yeah. It's kind of like a samurai thing, right? Whoa. All right. Okay. Whoa. We did that. Okay. Now I look for what? Jace, what do I look for? Do I have some parentheses? Yes, I do. So if I'm not dealing with a number, in other words, everything that's outside of the parentheses, just bring it down. Okay? So am I doing anything with this right away? So bring it down to the next level because I only want you to do one operation per level. Okay, now, negative 1 minus 5. We are pretty familiar with how this works. And this is not normal subtraction, is it? Look at it. Is it normal subtraction? No. So in my head, I'm going to say copy, add opposite to myself. Copy means this negative 1 is going to be what? The same thing, negative 1. This subtraction becomes what? Addition. And the 5, what's the opposite of 5? So this is negative 1 plus negative 5. What does that give me? Negative 6. Now I'm going to bring down this stuff times negative 4. Does everybody understand what we did there? We dealt with the parentheses. Do I have any exponents? No. So I've dealt with the first two, the P and the E. Now I'm looking for MD. Do I have any multiplication or division? And I have both of them. Does it matter which one I do first? I have to do the first one I see from left to right. So can I do negative 6 divided by negative 6? Yeah. Negative divided by negative is a what? Positive. What's 6 divided by 6? 1. So what is this? 1 times what? Negative 4. Well, now, what do I have here? I have a positive times a negative, so I know my answer is going to be what? Negative. And what's 1 times 4? Negative 4. Okay? All right, Brooklyn, question.
How did we get it to 1? Because I thought -6 minus -6 was
But it's divided. Negative divided by negative. Same sign, always positive. Yes.
You have pretty much explained everything I've missed.
Good.
Thanks.
Yes.
Do we have to draw the funnel?
Of course.
Do we have to draw the funnel?
Of course.
Takes up space.
All right, let's try another one. Tell you what, you guys do this one completely on your own. Let's see if you get it right. Negative 3 times 2 minus 4 divided by negative 1 minus 4. Try that one. Now, you're going to have to be careful here. You have 2 sets of what? Parentheses. Only do one of them per level. But what do you notice about that first thing?
It has 3.
What do you have in there? I have 3 numbers. Okay? So when you have 3 numbers inside the parentheses, your order of operations starts over again. Should I do 2 minus 4?
No.
No. What do I need to take care of first?
3 times 2. Negative 3 times 4.
Okay. So before I do that, I'm going to draw my funnel. All right. Now let's go. What's next? I'm going to work these parentheses. I only want you to do one thing per level. What comes first, multiplication or subtraction? Okay, what's negative 3 times 2? So negative 6 minus 4, and then I didn't do anything with this other stuff, so I'm going to bring it down. Okay, can I simplify these parentheses? What is this? Is this normal subtraction happening in here?
No.
No. So I'm going to say in my head, copy what? Add opposite. Copy negative 6. What does the subtraction become? Addition. What's the opposite of 4? What's negative 6 plus negative 4? Negative 10. Still didn't do anything with this other one, so let's bring it down. Okay, now I'm going to simplify this parenthesis. Is this normal subtraction?
No.
Again, what's my rule if it's not normal subtraction?
Why is it negative 10?
Because negative 6 plus negative 4 is negative 10.
Oh, I thought that was a
Copy,
minus 4.
add, opposite.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Okay, so negative 10 stays. Divided by, this is not normal. So I'm going to copy, what do I copy?
Copy at opposite.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
This now, guys, listen. I'm doing this step in my head. Okay? If you need to write this, copy, add, opposite, I'm totally okay with that. Okay? If you need to do that. I eventually want you to get to where you can copy, add, opposite every time you see not normal subtraction in your head. Does that make sense? Okay, but if you need to write it, please be my guest. Okay, what is negative 1 plus negative 4? First of all, did I do this right? I copied negative 1. This become addition, and the opposite of 4 is negative 4. What's negative 1 plus negative 4? Negative 5.
No, positive 5. Negative.
All that's left is what?
Oh, never mind.
All that's left is division. Okay?
But they're both the same thing.
They're the same signs, which means it's what? What is 10 divided by 5? 2. And that's where my box is going to go. Abby, what's your question?
So I was confused. Like, when it says negative 1 minus 4.
Uh-huh.
But how is that plus?
Okay, look. I'm going to move this out here so you can see. Okay? Negative 1 minus 4. Is this normal subtraction?
No.
No, because there's a negative, right?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to copy this. Negative 1. What does subtraction become?
Oh, I know what it's plus.
And then the opposite of 4 is negative 4.
Okay.
Okay? Is there potential for a lot of mistakes on these?
Yes.
Yes. If you miss up one number, it's going to mess up your whole thing, okay?
Just forgot to put the
And that is part of the reason why I make you do the funnels, because I want to see if you mess up where you messed up.
Mr. Percy, can there only be like 5 problems on our homework tonight? 'Cause
Nah.
it takes a long time.
You'll be fine. Okay, you want to try another one?
No. I want to start on the
Yeah, we're
Do this one first. You'll be okay. When you get an answer, raise your hand. -3 times 2 in parentheses divided by -6 times -2 times 6 times 2. Try that one.
I don't have no space in my funnel. Oh my gosh.
You better make a big funnel.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with my funnel. Now I look for parentheses. Do I have any parentheses there? Yes. I'm going to take care of these. What's -3 times 2? -6 divided by -6 times -2 times 6 times times 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do next, I don't have any exponents. Okay? So I'm going to go to my next level, which is multiplication division. Do I have some multiplication division here?
Yes.
So I'm going to take care of this first. -6 divided by -6 is +1 times -2 times 6 times 2. Okay? Now I have all that's left up here is what? Multiplication. What's 1 times -2?
It's times 6.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's 6 times 2. It is.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's you.
That's what I have, guys. Come on.
I was scared.
Okay. What is -2 times 6?
Negative 12 times 2.
What's -12 times 2?
Well, negative 24. I was close. Oh, I did not negative.
Okay.